Bach's days were extremely full, and it is very hard for us to understand how he found time to compose as much as he actually did. We know very little about Bach's family life, but we know, for example, that there was a lot of traffic all the time. Bach's life, in a way, must have been quite messy because it involved family life, it involved dealing with students at the St. Thomas School in Leipzig, where he lived in the school, and there were funerals, there were weddings, there were Sunday services, there were rehearsals, there were private students. Well-paying private students. He had a very large family, but his friends and family friends and colleagues were traveling through Leipzig, and they were always showing up at the house. So Bach was a gregarious person and apparently, very outreaching to his friends and colleagues. And then, of course, there was the composing schedule. And, the day, had 24 hours, and we really do not know how Bach organized his time, how disciplined he must have been in order to achieve everything that he left us. A work such as the St. Matthew Passion was composed within a few weeks. If asked a composer today to fulfill a commission for, say, an opera of 2 hours, the composer will ask for a leave of absence for at least 3 years to compose such a piece, and Bach did not have that kind of time and leisure, so he did it in a very short time and at a rate that is quite unbelievable. But there must have been an urge to compose, and he found the time, and he apparently had the discipline. What is so fascinating about Johann-Sebastian Bach, the composer, is the fact that he is discovering so many things throughout his compositional career. He is always on a path towards new things, new ideas, and things that he was interested in. Nobody told him, for example, to compose the Goldberg Variations or the Art of the Fugue. These were not works that were assigned to him as part of his service. No, he wanted to do this, and the fact that they are still today considered unsurpassed masterpieces that he wanted to explore, and whether it was the well-tempered clavier or sonatas and partitas for violin solo, he always had an agenda on the side, and it makes him today still one of the most fascinating composers of all time.